Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Beef Medium Podcast. I'm your host, Zach, aka Snack with Zach, and I'm joined by the man whose bicycle brake lines I once cut as a kid because I was mad at him, my brother and co-host, Matt.
What?
Do you not remember when your bicycle brake lines were suddenly disconnected in the garage? In
No.
Georgia? Oh, really?
No, so I guess it benefits you in the long run.
Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't die, and he didn't ride the bike because his brakes weren't working. Dad fixed it. I don't know if anybody knew I did that.
I certainly didn't.
I thought you were going to be like here having a whole revelation that was you, but my payoff there was minimal. Laney Green is on today. She is the youngest guest to ever come on the podcast, and we say that very endearingly because she left college at the age of 20. She graduated at the age of 20 and went straight into content creation full time. She obviously has a food page, food podcast, but isn't that wild?
Yeah, she's a go-getter. We talk everything from donuts to the Bay Area to traveling to the East Coast. A lot to cover today.
There's a lot to cover. She does user-generated content on the side. She runs her own sort of marketing agency, and she is indeed still a full-time creator on a ton of different platforms. And all of this is at 22. So if you're looking to make the jump, whether that's in food or not, Laney's story is a really cool one. So without further ado, please welcome Laney Green. First of all, you are officially the youngest guest on the podcast. Congratulations.
Thank you. I love that.
Yeah. Laney, walk us through what you do for starters. It's really important, but your content creation journey has been a really you've been doing this for a very long time. So how did you start, and how did you end up where you are now?
Yeah, so I actually started creating content when I was literally 9 years old. I made a YouTube channel and I was like, I'm going to be a beauty guru. I was like in 6th grade. And I just kept doing it. I don't know. I just did it all throughout high school. I ended up getting like 17,000 subscribers. But then my senior year of high school, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Like, I'm just not focusing on this anymore. So I stopped doing that. And then I went to college for marketing because I've just always loved social media, that type of stuff. So I went to San Diego State for that. And I would just like post for fun on TikTok. And then it was my sophomore year. I just started kind of like trying a bunch of food places in San Diego, and some videos would just take off. And I was like, this is fun. I love food. Seems to be working. So I just kind of stuck with it. And then it wasn't until like my senior year of college where I was like, oh, like I could actually do this as like my full-time job. So I started taking it really serious then.
Yeah. So you went straight out of college into doing content?
Yeah.
Was that
Nice.
like intimidating to do? Because it's a big jump for anybody to make that decision. But how old were you when you graduated?
I was 20 when I graduated.
Okay. Oh, you graduated young.
Yeah.
Oh, how did that come about?
I was already a grade ahead. I don't know. My parents just put me in school, and then I graduated a semester early. So instead of graduating in spring, I graduated in the
That
winter.
makes sense, because I was doing the math too. I was figuring this out because I'm like, well, I know she's 22, and it seems like she's been out of college. I don't know if you'd finished. My thing was like, maybe you dropped out and got into content. No, you did finish.
Actually, I'm now thinking I was like freshly 21 when I graduated. I remember now. Yeah.
That's a good time, though, especially because you do a lot of stuff. I remember seeing your Drinking Around the World at Disney video recently, and I was like, oh, man, I didn't do anything that cool when I was 21. Granted, that was only 7 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. But yeah, okay. So you graduate college, you go into making content. What's the first thing you do once you get out of school?
Well, I was posting already while I was in school. But yeah, then once I graduated, that was like my job, I guess. So just every single day, I was filming, editing, just doing all that type of stuff.
And the food was the thing that you noticed was taking off.
Yeah.
I know at one point you started a candy bowl series, which not a candy bowl thing, but you started a series where you did themed bowls, and that became the thing that people gravitated towards.
Yeah, my dessert bowls.
Yeah, I remember the birthday cake one from last year very vividly, and I realized that was the thing that you'd done. Yeah.
Yeah, no, people love them. I hadn't done them in a while just because I moved into this new place, and I was like, listen, I'm not trying to hoard snacks here, but people were asking. They were like, bring the dessert bowls back, and I was like, okay, so I did.
Do you find yourself getting over encumbered by the amount of stuff brands send you when it comes to the snacks? Because I have a ton of them that I can't get rid of.
Sometimes, yes, especially like the big PR, like I love it, but like sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So like luckily we have an extra closet, but I'm like, I guess we'll just put it in there.
It becomes a case of stashing everything. It's nuts.
Y'all get that much merch from brands?
I have literally a bag of clothes for donation I have to bring to a Goodwill or some point that easily like got 20 t-shirts in it.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
I just remember going home for Christmas the first time. I think this was during COVID, after you had hit Big Zach, and I was struck by the insane number of snack foods around the house. I'm talking unlabeled cans of test products in our living room and bags of popcorn on the floor and cookies over here and snacks over here. It honestly looked like our mom's ultimate nightmare from growing up because she was such a health food girly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's literally what my house is like. Like people will come over. I'm like, you want Baconator Cheez-Its? I'm like, you never seen these before.
Speaking of Wendy's, the Wendy's sweatshirt is baller. I'm very jealous.
Thank you. Yes, Lonely Ghost collab. It's so cute.
Oh, that's sick. I see. Sometimes I get stuff like that, but other times everybody gets the cool things like that, and I'm like, I get very jealous.
Same.
What was your take on the Baconator Cheez-Its?
I actually really like them. One night I ate too many of them, but they're really good.
Yeah. Did you feel like the flavor was accurate?
To be honest, I don't eat Baconators very often, but it was a different flavor to me, so I enjoyed them.
Okay. I mean, I feel like any form of Cheez-It is really good in at least some form or another. What is your favorite fast food place then? It's not Wendy's.
No, I would have to say Taco Bell and Jack in the Box are my favorite right now.
Jack in the Box hits.
So good. I love the variety that they have.
And also, I feel like if there's a good Jack in the Box, they do it really well. In particular, which is weird that because you're in San Diego too. Jack in the Box does a lot of stuff in San Diego because of their test kitchen being around too. Have you ever gone to the Jack in the Box test kitchen?
Oh no, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, it's fire! If you want the best fast food ever you can get, it's from the test kitchens.
Yeah.
So it's like you've done a couple brand trips though, right? Did you just have you didn't have your first one recently?
I actually did. It was back in July.
Where'd you go?
Cancun.
What?
Yeah.
Your first brand trip was in Cancun?
How?
I don't even know, but that was because I like to, write my little goals of the year. And that was on my goals list to go on some sort of paid brand trip. And, it was almost the end of July and I was like, or end of June. And I was like, it's not going to happen. Maybe next year. And then all of a sudden I get an email with the offer. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay, so walk us through the Cancun brand trip because I've never been. I've always wanted to go, and nobody likes me enough to invite me there for free.
No,
was it for Cancun travel?
It was for the hotel, but they were having an experience over the summer, and it was related to mixology, food. They had special chefs and stuff like that.
Oh, that's tight.
Mm-hmm. So you get there. What's the experience?
Well, first of all, I do remember I was literally recording us walking into the resort, and Cancun is it's literally the resort, and then all around it it's just jungle. From our room, all you could see for miles was just trees. So we're walking in and I see I'm obsessed with capybaras and I seen it wasn't a capybara, but it looked exactly like a capybara, and I got so excited. But no, that whole experience was insane. It was all inclusive, so a lot of free drinks, free food. We went to a mixology class, which was fun. And then they did invite us to one of the dinners with the special chefs that they flew in or whatever.
What did they feed you at the dinner?
At the dinner, it was a preset menu. I remember I tried cactus for the first time. That was interesting.
Yeah. What is cactus? Matt, you've had cactus in LA. I have to imagine.
There's a variety of ways you can eat it. The way I'm most familiar with, because you can eat the fruit, like prickly pear, but then you can eat the petals, nopales.
Wait, what's the difference? Okay, fruit comes from the flower. Biology lesson, right?
There's depending on the cactus, there's actual fruits that you can eat. And then, but nopales are literally the green petals. You cut off all the spines and everything, and you can eat it raw. You can use it in drinks. You can saute it. You can do whatever you want with it.
Interesting. How did they prepare it at the resort?
That's what we had, the Nepalese. And it reminded me of like, not spaghetti squash, that butternut squash, like when they actually do like the whole piece of the squash, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. What's the cactus taste like? Can you can either of you describe what a cactus tastes? It's like asking what a color. How do you describe a color?
It's vegetal. I would describe it as similar to a squash in flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is squash like.
Yeah, and it's kind of squash-like in texture a little bit, but it's thin. It'll be in strips or like small pieces.
Interesting. Oh, I just thought of a really great thing that we should do. We're going to go around the room and say the most adventurous things we've ever eaten. Who wants to start? I'm not starting.
I guess I can start then.
Okay, lady.
My boyfriend, his family is Portuguese, and I remember I went over there. It was some type of like mussel situation. I had no clue, but it was like baked in garlic. I tried it. The texture is not for me, but I feel like that was the most adventurous thing I've ever tried.
Mussels can be a hit or a miss for sure, especially texturally.
Yeah.
I went on a work trip to Kenya 4 years ago. Jeez. And
was that really 4 years ago? Oh.
Yeah. And Kenya was bomb. But the most interesting or most adventurous thing I think I had there was we went to my friend's family ranch one day and they slaughtered a goat in front of us and like prepped it there and used every bit of it and gave us like a stew made from it. And I had never seen that happen in front of me before. And so to like see that happen and then to eat it, I would say was probably one of the coolest experiences I've had.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, it's not an experience that you get every day. Goat in general, I do love goat. Like a goat curry is one of the like finest things I've ever eaten in my life. I don't know anywhere near us that does a good one, but it is really good. I don't know. I'm not squeamish when it comes to that stuff, but I don't know how I would feel. I feel very guilty constantly about things. So like if I throw out cold cuts, I feel really bad. I think
you got to respect the process.
Yeah, and of course, like it's a cultural difference too. I don't look at it. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, that's what they do. There's probably a lot more of a spiritual experience when it comes to that in particular. But I think I can top that in terms of adventures.
Do it, bet.
I was 12 years old. We were up in Maine in the middle of the winter. Matt was somewhere. I think you were probably in Florida. And there was a restaurant, the name I cannot remember. Not that any of these details are relevant, but the fact that I was 12 is always an important part. We go up to this restaurant, French, in the middle of nowhere in Maine, and we were going through the menu, and we came across calves brains, and we had that pan-fried. And it was very interesting, honestly. It tasted a lot like chicken. And everybody
brains
says
are good.
That, but yeah. And the goat is somehow more adventurous.
Well, because I got to see the whole ceremony behind it. I got to see it get caught. But you can have Tacos Del Gordo in Vegas, which are bomb tacos, by the way, serves a calf's brain taco that either a cow's brain or a calf's brain. I don't know the distinction. And it was great. Well, if we have time, we'll try it during F1.
Sweet. Am I the only person who hasn't had this experience at Tacos Del Gordo in Vegas?
We have one in San Diego. Like literally, I can walk there right now. It is very good though.
Do they have this brain taco?
Yes, I forget what it's called. I know it's like it might be tongue. It's called like lengua and then something else. Oh yeah.
I love tongue. Have you tried the tongue before?
No, I'm not adventurous enough for that.
No, I was about to ask if you're an adventurous eater, or is there a line that you draw in the sand where you'll try things to a point and then not about that, or does it vary?
I feel like I'm adventurous in terms of like I'll try all different cuisines, but like I'll stick with what I know. So like chicken, beef, nothing too crazy out there for me, like no frog legs and stuff like that.
The frog legs are good, albeit there's not a lot of meat on them.
Yeah, I feel like I just can't get past the texture or just knowing what it is. I'm like, I can't do it. Yeah,
I mean, there's really a fine line. I get like that sometimes with food. I'm not particularly picky, but every once in a while I just like I can't I can't do something. I think it's more so when it comes to like the offal type, like organy things. That's how I feel about pate. Is like exactly. Matt and my parents love pate, and I just something about it never. I just can't like the funkiness of it or something. I'm like, this is liver. This is literally liver. Liver is like the thing that filters stuff in the body, and I get grossed out.
Whatever.
I'll eat
More for
basically.
me.
I know, but then I'll eat meat raw and like tartar, and then not think twice about it. I don't know. I probably something I should explore in therapy at some point.
Laney, you're more of a sweets fan. When I go through your profile, it's a lot of cookies on there. Do you have what draws you to the cookies, and do you have a favorite cookie and or cookie spot in the San Diego area?
I feel like I've just always had a big sweet tooth. I love donuts, cookies, ice cream, frozen yogurt. Like I always need a sweet treat. San Diego specifically, I can't think of a good cookie spot, but there's a lot of donut shops. Like there's obviously Peterson's Donuts, which I'm sure you've seen through like Natalie, Nicole, and Braden. It's the place they always go to.
That and Buckeyes. Like Braden was the one that put me on Buckeye brownies.
Oh yes, I love Buckeye brownies. Peterson's, there's like little pop-ups. Like there's this one down the street called Devil's Dozen, but it's like if I don't get there before 11, like they're all sold out. So we have a lot of good donut shops, I feel.
I love a good donut.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, until very recently, I hadn't had a donut in probably 10 years. And then I went to Chicago, and somebody, it may have been Braden, somebody had told me to go to Voodoo, and I was like, I got like what? I was just
Nothing,
watching my
continue.
brother's expression. He's like,
Continue.
the fuck? Have either of you been to Voodoo Donuts before?
I have not, but I've seen it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So it's there are a lot of Voodoos in a lot of states now. So it's not like a mom and pop donut shop, but I mean they still do a good job. And I remember this day. It was kind of cold, like April-ish, snowing, sort of raining, and I had just taken a walk around West Loop. Again, I'm just telling irrelevant details and stories today. But to set the scene, there I was in Chicago, and I walk into the Voodoo Donuts, and they had literally, it was like a little voodoo doll type donut, just had like a face with something sticking out of it, and it was raspberry filled, and it was so good. They used like some sort of flaky donut pastry that was delicious, and then the guy, I don't know if it's because of the end of the day or what, but he played rock paper scissors with me, and if I won, he would give me a free hibiscus donut, to which I did indeed win, and I felt great because I won. Who doesn't like winning? And I got a free hibiscus donut, and I ate both of them pretty much in the next like 3 minutes. It was so good. Yeah, but ever since then, I've been like going to Dunks and getting donuts. We have a place called Heavenly Donuts in Massachusetts that like I was stopping by and get like a donut. I don't know what it is about the donuts.
If I had to do like an eating challenge, I probably would do donuts because I can eat so many.
Yeah. Is there a specific one that you find yourself gravitating towards? It doesn't have to be like a brand, but like a type.
Like what's it called? It's the old fashioned, the buttermilk bars. Those would probably not be good for a challenge because they're so thick and dense. But the outside, I love.
Good.
Yeah, the outsides have a little bit of a crunch, and it's just like perfect.
I'm trying. What would the easiest donut be to do a challenge? Like a Krispy Kreme glazed?
Yeah.
Donut holes.
Maybe. Well, I mean, duh. Yeah. But that doesn't count. If you're to eat like actual donuts, it's honestly tragic we don't have more places. Like we have Dunks, and I think that is primarily why, at least in Mass, we don't have that many other donut places, because it's just like, obviously Dunkin' Donuts is a massive chain, but it comes down to the competition, or at least to me. I don't know. Have you been out here before?
In Massachusetts?
Yeah.
No.
East Coast? Did you hit the East Coast? Well, you've been to Florida, right?
Yeah, and then I've been to New York 3 times, and we want to go back in November. We love New York.
When are you going or planning on going in November?
Probably around the start of November, because it'll be my birthday then.
Oh, yeah, true. Scorpio. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. If you ever have an interest, depending on how you feel about the holiday season, the week after Thanksgiving is like a really, really good time to visit New York because it's got all that ambiance going on. Because they set up the second is Thanksgiving, they set up all the holiday shit, and it's really just, it's like stepping into a movie.
Yeah, we went, the first time I ever went, we actually, or it might have been the second time, but we went for New Year's in New York. So that was a lot of fun.
Did you do the ball drop?
We tried, but people literally line up at like 8 a.m. just to get a spot for the ball drop. So we were like, whatever. So we were like in the area, but like it was covered by a building, so we couldn't see it.
During an attempt was made. Honestly, that whole experience, I've never done it. The closest I've gotten was doing the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade last year, which was, I think would have been a really cool experience if it wasn't raining and like 38 degrees. Yeah. Because it was like, it was just warm enough that it wasn't snow. And we were like soaked to the bone at 6 a.m. because you had to get there before dawn pretty much to like line up. And it was free. I went with one of my friends from the industry, Devin, and her husband and her daughter, who's adorable. But we were freezing, and they had like hand warmers, and the idea of doing New Year's in New York, like sitting in that, like in Times Square for that long, sounds like my nightmare. So
I'm pretty sure people wear adult diapers to wait.
It's not even a thing that's like plausible. It is 100% because once you are in that part of the city, you cannot leave. And so people go and they camp out, and there are people who do it every year. And Matt and I have a whole philosophy on here, not to yuck other people's yums. So I'm not gonna like say what the hell, but also it's just not for me.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
What are you guys planning on doing in this upcoming trip to New York? Are you looking for any recommendations from people?
Always. Like we have some friends that visit. They live on the East Coast, and every single time they come, I'm like, what's your favorite bagel place? Where should we get pizza? So I'm always asking everyone for recommendations, because especially when we're there, every single morning we go to a new bagel shop. So I've tried quite a few now over in New York. I definitely, since I'm so into matcha now, I'm going to go to like the really good matcha places. I need to try donuts out there. I haven't tried donuts yet, so I need to get donuts next time we go.
Oh, we may have to pull some folks to get donut recommendations for sure. Because there are a lot of them too. There is Donut Plant.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Donut Plant is good. Okay. There's also a place that does, and it might be Donut Plant as well, but there's a place that does really good mochi donuts with the little around. Actually, I think it is Donut Plant. But Donut Plant is fire. That used to be like our, you know how offices have pizza parties? That was like our pizza party when I was working in New York. What did you try for bagels when you were in the city?
Our favorite so far has been Tompkins Square. Every single time we go, we get that bagel. But we've tried Essa Bagel. Utopia Bagels was in Brooklyn, and then they just opened a location in somewhere in the city. I'm trying to think. Obviously, Liberty Bagels. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we tried Pop-Up Bagels, which Pop-Up is coming here now, but it's in a terrible location. I'm like, I don't even want to go. But yeah, I need to try a few other popular ones, but yeah.
Okay. How do you get your bagels? Are they plain with schmear?
That's my boyfriend's go-to. He will literally only get that. So normally we'll get that to like split, and then we'll each get our own. I need my protein. I don't know. It's just like ingrained in my brain from my dad that I like need protein when I eat in like any meal. So I'll like literally just add an egg, and then I'll get like some fun cream cheese, and then normally a plain bagel.
Yeah. Aren't you like low-key super athletic though too? So the protein thing comes with the territory?
Yeah.
How do you balance the food thing with the physical fitness?
Fitness has just like always been, I don't know, like I said, like my dad, like whenever we would be bored, he would be like, you want to go run bleachers? And we'd be like, yeah. Like we just thought that was fun. I don't know.
No, I love that. I really do love that because
so funny.
I know it's like it's almost like a movie-esque. It's very wholesome. The thing is, our dad, at least not so much these days, but he used to ride like 50 miles on his bike every other day. Yeah, like, if he said that to me, I'd look at him and be like, are you good?
Yeah, that is a lot of miles.
It is. But so it's been a core part of you guys, right? So
yeah, and then like I just went to college. I was a cheerleader in college, and weightlifting outside of cheer, we had to do that. So like I've just always been in the gym, and like I just feel weird. Like it's just like a part of my daily routine. Like I go every morning, and it's just like what I do. It's the first thing I do, so I can get it out of the way. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like a part of my life. I don't know. It's who I am, I guess.
So you were a cheerleader. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
how hardcore are we talking? Like flips and all that crazy shit?
Yeah. So yeah, I cheered for the college, which college is like a pretty hard level. Like to make a college team, you have to be pretty good. So yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't want to, but yeah.
What was that experience like? Because knowing nothing about it, I think there's always the allure generally of like cheerleaders are like the stars, right? In high school, like everybody's like, she's a cheerleader or whatever. In college, it's basically like a semi-pro level. Yeah, what is that experience even like?
I loved it. Like I cheered in high school. I did both high school cheer and then competitive cheer. So like, I don't know if you know the Netflix show Cheer with like Gabby Butler. That's what I did, the competitive cheer. So I was like, I know I want to go to college for this, and San Diego State, beautiful. They had a really good cheer team. And so yeah, I don't know. I just like tried out. I made it and it was so fun. Like I feel like San Diego State is very heavy on sorority life and like Greek life, I mean. And I didn't want to be in a sorority. So like I felt so lucky to have the cheer team, because that, like, I feel like if I wasn't on cheer, I wouldn't have made as many friends as I did, had as many experiences as I did. You know, it was just fun being a part of football, basketball. It was just like a little family.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, I'm coming with the sportsmanship side of things too. It's that extra sense of community. What drew you to San Diego? Because you're from the Bay Area originally.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but where in the Bay Area are you from?
I'm like 45 minutes east from San Francisco.
Okay. Because one of my good friends is from Concord.
Yeah, I'm like 15 minutes away from Concord.
Okay. Cool.
So 45 minutes outside of San Francisco, then you go to San Diego for college. What was the deciding factor that went into it?
I knew I wanted to leave my hometown, but I love my family, so I didn't want to be so far away. Like I didn't want to be out of state. And I feel like San Diego is just perfect. I always wanted to live in LA, you know, because I was doing the whole little YouTube thing when I was so young. Yeah, I was like, I want to live in Santa Monica. But yeah, so that was always the dream. And I feel like San Diego has the perfect balance of like the city, the beach, but then it's also very chill. Like it's like a mini LA. So yeah, I toured and I was like, yeah, I love it here.
This is the spot. San Diego's weather's also always perfect, or at least every time I've been there, it's been divine.
Yes, like I feel like now is our summer. Like if you come in June, we have what's called June gloom. So like honestly in June it's not sunny at all, and it's kind of depressing. But now it's freaking hot, sunny. I could go to the beach right now.
It's already 50 degrees here. You know, like I'm wearing full sweatshirt. I'm in my attic, which usually accumulates the most heat. And last night it was like 45. So sometimes I'm like, could I do that? And I realized that I like fall and winter a lot. So I always forget that San Diego is like super south in my brain. It puts San Francisco where San Diego is. Why? I have no idea. Matt and I went to San Diego as kids, easily like 20 years ago or something like that. So it's just like kind of locked there. So I always just forget.
Okay, so you're a California girl through and through. You're Bay Area down to San Francisco. Do you have thoughts on the California style burrito, the one with the French fries in it? Do you have a strong opinion, no opinion?
I personally do not like the California burrito. I hate fries in my burrito. It's just not, like they'll get mushy and it's just not for me. And then honestly, I don't really like carne asada either, just because it can be more chewy. So I normally either just get chicken, or I love pastor, even carnitas, but I don't like carne asada that much.
As far as potatoes and burritos go, though, I've never really been a fan of that. So the California style burrito, I would try it, but I think one of the things that ruins my day the most is getting like Uber Eats and you get like a breakfast burrito and there's just like a whole mess of like potatoes in the burrito with everything else. And I'm like, yeah.
I know. I get scared, honestly. Being in San Diego, we have great burritos, but even ordering on DoorDash, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want it to be a bad burrito.
What would you say is your biggest beef with food delivery apps?
Shoot, I don't even know. It's been pretty good lately. I've had some good luck.
You have any Uber Eats horror stories?
No, honestly, I feel like my boyfriend always gets
Is he the one that
terrible.
gets, just
Yeah. Yes, like they'll take forever. They forget things. They give him the completely wrong order. But I don't know. Somehow my stuff is always pretty good.
I wish I had that kind of luck. I think it's like 1 in every 4 for me has some sort of problem. My favorite thing is like, but if it's always burgers and it's always no onions because I don't like just like the texture of onions on burgers. It kind of just like takes me out of it, right? And repeatedly, I put in no onions, and then the burgers always end up with onions, and I'm like, I saved you a step. It's like, how are you doing this to my burger every single time? Something really wild just happened on Uber Eats, and I don't remember what it was. I don't know. Matt, did you have a follow-up while I think of what I was going to say?
Well, I was just curious because when I think about I wanted to go back to just California food. When I think of the Bay Area, there's a lot of food that I think about. But one of the things that I think the most about is Dutch crunch bread on sandwiches. Are you not familiar with Dutch crunch?
Do I look like I live on the West Coast? I'm wearing a sweatshirt in an attic.
First time I ever got Dutch crunch was at I can't even remember what fucking place it was in near Concord or somewhere around there. But it's this bread that has the crispiest outer crust. And you know those photos of droughts when the water dries up from a lake bed and the lake bed forms those weird patches where it like cracks on the top?
Yes. Okay.
That's what the top of the bread looks like. It looks, it gets all cracked and crispy and craggly.
Lake water.
And one of the best submarine sandwiches I ever had was from a place in the Bay Area, and the bread is one of the things that absolutely makes that. Am I correct in saying that's kind of a Bay Area thing?
I feel like so. I wonder if we're thinking of the same place because there is some sandwich shop around the Concord area, and their sandwiches are so good. And every single time, my dad will pick me up from the airport, and then we'll go get that for lunch. And he always gets the Dutch crunch bread.
Wait, let me see if I have it saved on my Google Maps real quick.
The one I'm thinking of, it's called Marucci's.
I didn't realize you spent that much time up in the North Country, Matt.
It's not. It's north of LA, but
yes,
I wouldn't call the Bay Area Northern California.
Actually,
I spent a fair amount of time up there. My old roommate Everett was from there. Sam's from there, and so whenever we went home or whenever we went back for Thanksgiving, we'd celebrate with Everett's family. So we'd kick it around the Bay Area. So we'd sometimes go into the city and we would, go out and get Chinese, or we'd go to, there's this quirky little museum. I think it's near Ghirardelli Square that had all these old style arcade games and things.
I love that place.
What is that? Do you remember the name?
No, but I know exactly where you're talking to because every single time I go to San Francisco, we go there.
It's such a weird. They've got old.
Yeah.
It's like these old timey mannequin games. Some of them enormously problematic. Some of them are horrible. Like such a quirky place. But then we spend like a fair amount of. Ooh, go ahead.
I'm like, it's called Musée Mécanique. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I've spent a fair amount of time in the Bay Area. Berkeley, there's some good stuff in Berkeley. That's all I know, actually.
This is my opportunity to learn because I didn't even know that that's where Berkeley is. Do you eat seafood, Laney? Are you in the seafood camper?
Yes, I do. I love sushi.
Okay, yeah, I know, right?
Hell yeah.
What is the seafood culture like in the Bay Area? It's got to be pretty decent, right? Because of its geographical positioning makes it pretty optimal.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't really go, like we would go into the city, but I was like a kid. So I feel like at the time, like I would eat like salmon and stuff like that, but I never got to experience like the clam chowder and stuff down in San Francisco. I do know, it's very prominent down there, but I never really explored it since I was just younger.
How often do you go back to the Bay Area to visit?
Now just like 2-3 times a year.
And are you one of the people that drives up from San Diego, or do you fly?
No, I literally hate driving. Like I even hate driving 10 minutes. So I fly. It's like an hour and I'm there and I'm like, thank God.
It's quite the career to hate driving. I feel like so much of my time is now spent in a car. It's just such a pain in the ass. But I also like how you do a lot of your reviews at your place and not in the car. Granted, the car has advantages, but I get into arguments with friends of mine about the prominence of car reviews these days, and it's I don't know, it's like such a quiet, nice space, but like you have your own place too, so it works.
No, I actually today I just posted. I did kava,
Oh, what'd you get
but
from
yeah,
Kava?
they just launched their chicken shawarma, so I
That they
went.
did.
Yeah,
I literally talked about that yesterday. I'm a dumbass. I don't remember what I talked about this week. How was the chicken shawarma from Kava?
it was good. It was juicy. I got the bowl and the pita. It was really good.
Did you try the hot harissa meal that they were doing?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That bowl I've gotten like maybe 5 times in the last week or
really.
so since they launched it. It's just we have in that complex, it is a Chipotle, there's a Five Guys, there's a Kava, and every single time we used to go to the Chipotle a ton when I was in high school, and it's like as from a value standpoint, Kava versus Chipotle, Kava provides, at least I think, a lot more value and food and flavor variety. Chipotle doesn't ever seem like they have that much going on these days. Like every once in a while, they're like, "Oh, here's a carne asada." It's like great. Kava's got so much more with the Mediterranean angle that I really love.
No, yeah, I
Chipotle
love.
sucks now.
It
does,
does.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I agree.
Sorry.
I would
Chipotle
choose.
doesn't hit me up.
Yeah, Chipotle never hit me up.
All right, so you got all of us in the chat haven't even talked to Chipotle. So Chipotle, they'll probably see this and they'll probably move us further down the don't contact
They're like,
list.
shoot, never
I
mind.
know. Meanwhile, Kava's like, back up
No,
to
I
the
love
top.
kava. They're so sweet.
Yeah, it's something about them. I feel like the price is reasonable for what you get. Matt, have you been to? He doesn't do fast food a lot.
Never been to Kava. Honestly,
Kava's
don't even know what kind of food it serves. I assume
Mediterranean bowls.
it's okay.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
good.
I was just gonna say they have pita chips too. They're so good. I literally can't order them because I would just eat them all, and I don't need all that. So, but they're so good. Like I'll limit myself to one chip, and like that was great.
Well, they like grill them fresh too. Something like they literally, to make the hot harissa ones, they were throwing them on like a flat top and searing them with whatever. Like the effort's really there.
Yeah.
Whatever they get bought by private equity, it's going to be a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers just got purchased by private equity, and there's a big rivalry between Culver's and Freddy's. Have you been to either of them?
I want to go try Freddy's. I discovered there's one like 35 minutes up, so
I'm so jealous.
yeah, I'll probably go one day. But I am jealous because we don't have Culver's, and I love Culver's.
Culver's I've only been to once.
Really?
It was in Chicago.
Oh my gosh, my boyfriend's family just moved to Michigan like 2 years ago, and I'll fly out there, and I literally get it every single day. I'm like, I need
I don't blame you.
Culver's.
I
Yeah.
mean, granted, the location I went to in Chicago was like right on the outskirts of the city, so I said this when I did the review. From a Culver's experience, that probably wasn't like the best one to go to anyway. So it's not like I had it once and I'll never go back. It's got to be like one in Michigan or something that I need to go to. Like the
Yeah.
one that you're going to every day is probably a pretty good one.
Yeah.
The Freddy's thing, they do a lot of similar stuff. It's like slightly different, and Culver's has a little bit more variety. Freddy's is more focused on the actual burgers, but Freddy's still has like the curds. Their concretes are delicious. You should definitely go to the one by you relatively soon before they start making those private equity changes. Before
Okay.
they switch to like grade D cow
Yeah.
meat.
Do you have like a favorite menu item?
I don't know, because I've only been once, but they have some sort of patty melt that was really good. The cheese curds were fire. I got a key lime concrete, which I think was an LTO, so I don't know if they would have it, but it's very similar to Culver's in the sense that like you can create your own frozen whatever, and like all of their burgers are good. I think the best thing to get there, according to my boy Luke Foods, is the garlic steak burger. Might be the one. I didn't get it when I was there because I had like 80,000 things that people told me to try. But that's what he says is the best one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Noted.
so-
Yes, I need to go up there.
Yeah, I mean for like 35 minutes too. If that's relatively close.
Yeah. I just
It's always.
I hate driving so much.
I know. Well, hating driving, and also it's like, how do you find the time? Because in addition to creating content, you also do marketing as like I don't even want to say it's a side hustle because it's very integral to your job as an entrepreneur to what does that side of things look like for you?
I tell people I basically have two jobs. So like I have the TikTok and, I have my talent manager there. But then I do a lot of like freelance marketing work, and that's all myself.
How did you learn this at 22? Like, it's crazy to me. Like you're doing what I wished I had done 6 years ago. No joke.
Thank you. Honestly, I have to owe a lot of it to my boyfriend because, growing up, like, my parents were divorced, and like neither of them, they didn't even graduate from junior college, I don't think. So like I'm a first generation college student. And I honestly knew nothing, but I met my boyfriend when I was 19, and he had been in the business. He just turned 25, and I'm going to turn 23 in November. So he's a little bit older than me, but I was 19 at the time, and he's been in the business world since he was 17, doing his own businesses, all this stuff. So he had a lot of knowledge, and like, obviously he made a lot of mistakes. So I've always been scared, but he told me like what not to do. And I'm like, okay. So like, I just learned from his mistakes, and then like, he just, guided me. So yeah, very lucky to have him because like I said, I had no clue about anything, and I would just kind of learn on my own.
Okay, so shout out the supportive boyfriend. Obviously, credit where credit's due. Still, to build this up at your age too and get everything rocking and rolling is very impressive. What advice would you have for people who are, let's say you're in college, right, or they're in college and they're trying to do something like this, but they're starting sort of at square one? What would you recommend for them? Definitely
put themselves out there. Like when I was in college, I attended, if there was like a guest speaker coming, I would go attend and listen to them. I like joined it's called American Marketing Association. I joined that club, and like I would attend their little club meetings. And I remember this lady came in and spoke, and I like to this day will never forget, like she told us like she owns a marketing agency now, and it's like all hers. But she was like, I literally started on an ironing board with my laptop on the ironing board. Like that was my desk. And after she spoke, I saw she had like openings for internships. And so I applied, I got an internship, and I was still 17 back then when I did that. And then I just did another internship for like a full service agency the next year. And yeah, I feel like doing those things, like if I weren't going to be, or if I wasn't a content creator, I would definitely be at the last agency I interned for. So just definitely, applying yourself is the best thing to do.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And again, we talked about the sort of daunting task of graduating school and jumping right into this. What did you weigh when it came to, I could go with this agency or I could do it myself? Sort of like a like short-term pain, long-term gain type situation. What was going through your head at that time?
Honestly, I was just doing well, I feel. So like I didn't have any doubts in that area. And then also, I don't know, just again, my boyfriend, like he'd been working for himself for years, and like he was like, not to like bash, like I would still honestly be fine working at an agency, but he was like, why work for somebody else if you can work for yourself?
Be your own boss.
Yeah. And so I was like, true.
100%.
That's what Matt did. Matt, your story.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work for companies, and then part of it too is getting older and realizing what you want to do and going to certain jobs. A lot of times you'll apply to a job and they'll say what you're going to have to do is X, when in reality what you have to do is X, Y, Z, ABC, like so many responsibilities outside of a certain skill set. And eventually I was like, I want to do this one thing. I like editing. That's what works for me. And now I'm just a freelance editor. So I guess I have bosses elsewhere out in the world, but if something doesn't work out, we don't have to work together anymore. And I can continue doing whatever projects I want to do and keep on plugging away that way.
Which is valid. When it comes to me and what I do as well, there's no misconception that the second I get a campaign in, Laney, it's the same thing. You know that you get a brand campaign in and you have to adhere to all the client stuff. But you also do a lot of stuff like UGC as well, in addition to the actual content, which I think falls more into what you do on the marketing side. But what was it about making UGC that drew you towards that? What stood out to you? Like, why were you like, let me start making user-generated content?
That was actually before I went into my senior year of college. And
oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I started that back in the end of 2022. And it was like fresh, like new at the time. And I was like, oh, like I'm hearing people making money through UGC, because I was, doing college cheer. So like, I really didn't have time for a job, but like my bank account was just like, and I was like, listen, I got to figure something out, but I did not want to get a job. And so, yeah, I just saw people making money doing it. And I just started, like, I literally just started. And obviously I just learned along the way, but.
Is there like a site? How do you find people to make content for? And for people who may not be familiar, which I think listening to this podcast, most people are, but you never know. UGC is user-generated content, so it is producing content yourself for another brand. How did you get into it?
At the time, since it was so new, like literally I would just find opportunities off of Twitter or X now. But I would just, I made a little account and I was like, I'm a UGC creator, and I would just apply to opportunities that I saw, and I eventually just built up my portfolio. And now today, like I work with so many different agencies, like it's a big thing now. And so there's like set UGC agencies, and like they'll reach out to me and like give me projects and stuff like that.
That's really cool. I didn't realize it was such a big separate business. I work in social media tech in my day job, and so the concept of UGC to me has always been something I have like a lot of familiarity with. And then I say this, which completely negates me saying that, but I didn't realize that there are people doing it as like a dedicated, almost like do you know what a session musician is? Okay, so a session musician is somebody who goes in, like, let's say you're a pro guitar player and a band or producer, whoever is looking for people to play in the thing for like a day or two. A session musician is somebody that a group or an artist, whatever, will hire, label, take your pick, will hire to sit in and play guitar for a day, basically. And UGC creators are basically what I like to think of as the session musicians of content creation, right? So if you're whoever, I think for a while, Jack in the Box was doing a campaign way back when, where they were hiring people out to do, one video a week for their social media page, and you got paid a set rate. And that was the thing. And I didn't, at the time, realize that it was a thing that people were doing as a career. It's almost like being an extra in movies. Like you can make a career, not that it would be a lively career, it could be. To me, it's the same thing. Like you can do that and be like a career UGC creator, and you don't have to have like a whole page, anything like that. Obviously, it's beneficial. You being, Laney Green on social media can sit there and be like, oh, you can also hire me to do UGC.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are making full careers out of just doing user-generated content.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of friends in this space, and like, cause a lot of them will live up in LA too. And so we'll go meet, and yeah, they're full-time income, they're learning how to negotiate their rates and everything like that. And they're getting paid pretty well now.
Yeah. It's like whole, like learning curve to it, that it's something that you can't really teach in schools, or you can pay somebody to teach an online course. But were you using your knowledge to help your friends, or did it just happen by association?
No, I ended up meeting them. Obviously, like, we'll still chat about things. And like, especially since I do the TikTok, I'm not as into the whole UG space as I once was. Like I used to have a whole Instagram account for UGC. And I just kind of gave that up. And so like, I'll check in with her every now and then. I'm like, what's going on? Like, can you fill me in?
That's so fascinating. Yeah. The last part of my story, which I realized I didn't finish, was a couple months ago. It's sort of like, a couple months ago, I saw a friend of mine have like UGC creator in her bio. And then I started seeing it everywhere. I started seeing other people be like, UGC creator.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And support to her, but I feel like at some point it's going to become like the next thing where it goes from being like, obviously it's a real career thing, but I think that somebody at some point is going to push some like UGC MLM or something, and it'll do some really bizarre turn.
It already happens, honestly. Like, I do see it too, like a bunch of UG. I feel like, I don't know, there's like a level, like a certain level. Like at first you're like a UGC, like you label yourself as a UGC creator, but then like you're basically just filming videos for fun. And then all of a sudden you pass, you go into the next level, and like that's when it's like your full-time job. But no, I feel like there already is, like there's UGC creators, and they're like running Instagram ads, and it's like, I quit UGC to be a high ticket retainer creator. And it's literally still a UGC creator. You're just learning how to land higher paying, like basically retainer clients. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, people are falling for this.
I literally had something on a video today where Oh, it started off with people doing that, and then one woman commented like, "Oh, you should try making a recommendation list on Benable or something like that." I don't know what
Oh
the
my
fuck it
gosh.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of it?
I've gotten those comments. I've never looked into it, but I've seen the
Oh, it
comments.
was so weird. And it sets my meter off, right? I get that comment. I'm like, interesting, because it's like, oh well, you should try creating this, whatever. I go to the page doesn't follow me, right? And then like 30 minutes to an hour later, somebody else comments, I agree with the other comments that you should try creating a list on Benable. You can earn commission. And I was like, what is this bullshit? And then somebody else will see it and be like, oh, I should try that, because a lot of people think that social media is a get rich quick scheme. It's not. It takes years of work. You didn't just, I mean, you obviously like figure this out, but you just didn't come out of the gate like being able to do this full time.
Yeah, no.
It's such a weird world. But
speaking of content, I'm curious of the types of videos that you post online now. Is there a particular format that you really just enjoy making? Is there a particular frame that is your favorite above all the other videos that you make?
I feel like I've definitely played around a lot lately, especially like moving into this new place. I've tried, like the lifestyle content, and like it's fun, but it just doesn't feel like, I don't know, I'm just not that good at it, I don't think. And then like I've tried, like I honestly hate doing like this super like not even scripted, but just like going into it knowing like, oh, I need to do this and this to, try and go viral. Like I hate that too. Like I honestly just love setting down my camera and just like talking almost like FaceTime style. I like can't, I talk about all the time. Like I feel like I just can't be like, I have to be me. I can't.
you have to be authentic.
Yeah. I hate like feeling like I need to be like a character of some sort. Like I don't like doing that. Like I just would rather be myself, even if that means like less views.
Well, it may mean less views, but in the long term, the people that come along with you for the ride are there for you and nothing else at the end of the day. In my experience, I have to deal with a lot of, I don't know, I'm still me on camera, but there has been a very big part of me that's become like a presenter in a lot of ways. Like you see what I do. It's not a bad thing by any means, but there's like green screen me, and even green screen me talks different. It's still like an authentic version of me, but I see a lot of what you're talking about too. Like I wish I was able to look at things more like, how can I do things more as myself and less so as this sort of like character persona. And it's challenging.
I feel like honestly, like before getting on the call, I was excited because I honestly felt like I already knew you, even though we like never met. Yeah. So like I feel like your personality does shine, and like you'll throw in like little clips there, and like that just shows your humor and stuff like that. So I honestly think you're doing fairly well, and you throw personal things in there every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that. I do genuinely very much enjoy what I do, and likewise too. I was excited. I know that I bugged you for a long time about coming on to do this, so thank you for making it happen too. Watching your videos is always super exciting. One of my favorite things about you is you just like, I never know, unless it's a crumble week, obviously, like a crumble day, I'm like, I don't know what Laney's going to do next. Like, what is she going to try? Like, what's happening? So it's always exciting to see. And with that question, where can folks find you on social media? Where are you? What's the handle?
Yes, they can find me at LaneyGRN on TikTok, and then at LaneyGRN.eats on Instagram.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me.